From BS and Beer Media, it's Top of the Bleachers with Jason and Tucker.
Handoff, Smith coming right, trying to outrun the coverage, makes a cut, gets it. Oh, he's still going all the way. He's going to score. He's got the five.
Let's see what the guys are talking about today.
Yo, welcome in, sports fans, to the Top of the Bleachers. I'm Jay, he's Tuck, and we're hanging out today talking about some of the sports stuff that we want to talk about. And then we're going to jump into the Razorback football game and do a little recap and talk about what we thought about each thing that happened in the game and maybe give a little insight to what's going to happen next week. Before we get started, though, if you would please hit that like and subscribe button for us. That really help us out. You can follow us on X at the Bleachers Pod. And it's been a good day, man. What's up?
Ooh, big! Let me tell you, man, what a great day. Been a great day. Nice, pretty weather out. Been a little hot, but we had some rain move through, so it's cooled it off a little bit. It's really a great football season, man. It's started up. The blood's rushing. I'm ready to go. Ready to go, man. Now that Thursday is over, I'm ready for Saturday. Let's get Saturday. We got games tomorrow on Friday.
Yeah, yes, we do. Oklahoma plays tomorrow.
Oklahoma night. Temple. Oh, there's a
barn burner
right there. You better hope.
We'll
not.
see. I know. We'll see how OU's offense looks. They got some new pieces, so we'll see.
Did you see Colorado State hung on?
Colorado.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I saw they barely hung on.
All those Buffalo fans out there, I apologize for getting you mixed up with Colorado State. I apologize.
I think it's the Rams, right?
Yeah. There's some kind of Ram, I think. No, they're the Buffalo.
Yeah. When I was looking around on
Colorado State.
I was looking around on Twitter after the game, and it was nothing but Sanders highlights and his stats and the receivers' stats and stuff like that. But there was no final score anywhere. Nobody wanted to talk about that, but his stats were everywhere. So whatever, Heisman candidate.
Yeah, North Dakota State, they were 4 yards short of winning that ball game. If their quarterback could just throw it 4 yards further, they would have won that ball game. But got to give kudos to them. FCS team hung in there with a Division I team, a loud talking, very bravadoed Division I team. But you got to give it to Sanders, man. 510 yards passing. Horn ended up with a $198 receiving. That's freaking ridiculous in college, man. A $198. That's ridiculous in the pros, man.
Yeah, it is.
And I'll give Sanders some credit, man. He can sling that ball. He's got a great arm. He really does. That's all they got. I mean, they got him and two really good receivers. That's it, man. They got no run game at all. Their defensive line is not going to do well in their division because, I mean, North Dakota State was just running them over, you know. So
that's not good. They're showing the replay right now. I got it on in the background. There was several football games on today. I didn't watch all of them, of course, but saw some of the highlights. It looked like some good games.
Hey, good news is you won that Colorado State, North Dakota, or Colorado. I keep saying Colorado State, North Dakota State game because the line was 7.5 and they covered. So there you go, man.
Yeah, I told you I was a really good line better. I told you.
Yeah. I don't want to bet the
line. Yeah, I tried to tell you. Yeah, I tried to make it easy for you, and you're like, "Oh no, you made fun of me." So okay, that's right. We'll stick to the lines. That's fine.
We'll see how you did on the over under.
Oh, we had I don't know, did you have any other college football stuff going on? I got some
Oh
college
man, there's
basketball stuff.
yeah. Hit me with it. What you got?
Well, one I guess it's football as well, but it's all three sports. But the SEC came out with they want everybody to submit an availability report, which is just a fancy word for injury report.
Sure.
And then they got some rules on that. Football team, it's got 3 days before the game, and then with a daily update leading up to the game. And then basketball and baseball, it's filed the night before the game and an update on game day. I don't know what time on game day, but sometime on game day. And then, of course, the designations are going to be like just kind of like the NFL with available, improbable, questionable, doubtful, out, game day decision, all that stuff that you hear in the NFL. So that's kind of a big deal, I guess, because it's a new thing.
Well, it's Vegas getting their hands into college football. I mean, you got to have those availability reports for when you're putting out your line and your over under.
Yep.
And when you got DraftKings as a sponsor, you got to start placating to them. You know.
Yeah. ESPN Bet, they have their own betting.
Yeah. We're going with DraftKings though. We're going with DraftKings, Saracen, or Oakland. Any of y'all want to pick us up as a sponsor, we will say your name several times during the podcast. And you'll have at least 6 people see it. So that's worth something, right?
Yeah. Hey, we got more than 6. Give us some credit here.
I was going with an average.
Okay. That might be true. I don't know. I'm not keeping track, to be honest with you. There's also, I guess, scouting reasons too. You know what I mean? Like quarterback, their main quarterback, if he's going to be out for the game, or I guess you'd know a little bit more in advance if he was out, but they can't hide that as well. So I guess some scouting instances it could help too. So we'll see.
Anything else?
I didn't have anything else. Well, then you want to talk a little. I saw the Coach Richardson came down, talked to the team. Had the video is inspiring. Talk to the team.
Yeah, the video is posted online if y'all want to watch it, and it'll give you chill bumps in some spots. Yeah. He's still that tenacious guy that's all about, this is work. This is not, when you step over this line, this is work. You are at work. And I think that's a great message for these kids, especially with the NIL money coming in and everything, because this is your job right now. You need to show up and you need to give everything at your job. I know that when I go to work every day, I know I give 110%. I can't believe I said that with a straight face. That was amazing.
I do too, to be honest with you.
But yeah, you should take pride in your work, man. That's what it's all about. Taking pride in your work, what you do, whatever it is, whether you're playing basketball or digging a ditch, man. Dig the best ditch you can possibly dig if you're going to dig a ditch, man. That's the way I look at life.
Nolan said there's something beautiful in the air.
Yeah. Well, he also had the track coach come and talk to him.
Yes. Yeah, the track coach came down and was teaching them how to run better and better posture, move your hips here, and giving them pointers and stuff. And you're doing good. And he brought a gold medalist with him, to like show them the drills and stuff. They get down to the end, and Boogie's like, "Hey, man, I want to race." He wants to race him.
Here's the big question. Here's the big question, okay? The big question is, did Boogie race him with his shoes on or with his shoes off?
They had shoes on.
Oh, they had shoes on. If he had taken his shoes off, he probably would have beat him by like half court length.
Well, Boogie still beat him.
Oh.
He still beat this gold medalist guy to the other end of the court. So Boogie's got some wheels, man.
Well, you name a guy Boogie, you expect speed. You don't expect
Boogie.
You don't expect a big fat guy named Boogie. You expect a little bitty guy that can run fast named Boogie.
True.
Or
Well, you got Boogie McFarland.
Or he always has a runny nose. One or the other.
When I was growing up, his name was Scott. Dude always had a runny nose. Like, man, what's wrong with you? Yeah. Besides that, I didn't really have anything else with any kind of highlights or anything. Just the college football stuff going on.
NFL football, I saw Brandon Ayuk got his deal done with San Francisco. So I don't know.
He did.
I guess there are some rumors that he might get traded now, which is kind of crazy to me. Why do you sign a guy and then turn around and trade him? But I mean, if he's got value and you can get a lot for him, I guess maybe.
I don't know. Maybe that was a sign and trade deal or something. I don't know, but maybe that was fake news. It could have been fake news. It's Twitter.
Could have been fake news. Yeah. I speaking of Twitter and fake news, so the Arkansas game's going on, and at the same time the Arkansas game is going on, UCF is playing. UCF is where KJ Jefferson went.
Yeah.
And so they show this clip of KJ, rolling out, and he goes to pass it, and the ball slips right out of his hands, and it's a fumble or whatever, and it's caption says "Meanwhile at UCF" or whatever, Yeah. Well, UCF ended up winning that game 57-3. Okay, so let's not get down on KJ too much. All right. So yeah, he had a fumble. We had a couple of fumbles tonight. Yeah. Oh wait, I'm getting into Arkansas football. Don't know if we're ready for that yet.
Yeah, go for it, man. I mean, what did you think about the game?
I would have loved, if I could have been any player tonight, I think I'd want to be Devin Bale. Devin Bale is the punter. Okay, yeah. Devin Bale sat on the sideline and watched the game. That's what he did. That would have been the job I would have loved to have tonight.
Yeah.
Unless he spilled some Gatorade on him, they can just put his jersey right back into the closet and wait for the next ball game. He didn't get dirty, nothing.
Yeah.
But 10 possessions, 10 touchdowns. 10 possessions, 10 touchdowns. I don't know if I can say that enough. 10 possessions, 10 touchdowns. It's just amazing. And not just Taylor Green. Taylor Green, he played a little bit of the second half, but his backups came in. That Malachi Singleton and KJ Jackson, both of them played very well. Malachi ended up going 6 for 10 for 120 yards. He ended up with a rushing TD. KJ Jackson went 4 for 4. He's a true freshman. 4 for 4, 59 yards. He's either a true freshman. He's either he is the lefty and got a cannon on him, man. All three of them looked like they knew the system really well. What I really liked about Singleton was how quick he got the ball out of his hands. I mean, he popped. I mean, within like 2 seconds, he had made his decision. He was throwing the ball. Taylon Green, starting quarterback, 16 of 23, 229 yards. He had 2 TDs also. He dropped a dime in the corner of the end zone that looked awesome. I'd say probably his first 4, maybe 5 passes, too high behind the receiver. I think it was nerves. I think it took him a little while to settle down. Yeah. But once he settled down, man, he started just tearing it up. Had a 36-yard little run all the way back across the field for a touchdown. The kid has got some talent.
Yeah.
He was the third starting quarterback in SEC history to record a rushing touchdown and a throwing touchdown. Cam Newton was one of the other ones. And who was the other guy? Cam Newton, somebody else.
Probably Tebow, probably.
No, it wasn't Tebow. It was a guy. It might have been like Jaden Daniels or somebody. It was somebody good. Oh, okay. Was it Lamar? It might have been Lamar. It might have been Cam and Lamar. No, because Lamar didn't play in the SEC, did he? He played Louisville. No. It wasn't Lamar. Yeah. I should have wrote that down. I can't remember who it was. We
Okay.
did two. We did have two fumbles in the game. Neither was a lost fumble. We got on both of them. Both of them, I think, were snapped to quarterback. Uh, you know, it was a snap fumble, is what it was. And we need to clean that up a little bit.
Yeah, on the very first drive, Jackson fumbled one out of bounds.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He got
fumbled.
tackled, fumbled out of bounds. Yeah, he fumbled once.
But I mean, dude, we tore it up, dude. Receiving wise, we had 28 total receptions, 408 yards. We had a 14.6 average on our passing. Think about that for a second. 14.6, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
34 was our longest pass, but we didn't have one pass under 10 yards.
Wow. That's pretty
What do you
good.
think about that?
That's good, man. I mean, I know Bobby wants to push it down the field. You know what I mean?
That is good. Yeah, we might have thrown some that were shorter than 10 yards, but after our receiver got done, it was over 10 yards. As far as tackles go, we had 10 tackles for losses. Some of them were gang tackles. We had 22 solo tackles. I like that. I like that a lot. Tackling in the open field, stuff like that. 42 team tackles. Sartania had one kick return for 30 yards, and he had one punt return for 53 yards. He also had one for a touchdown that got called back. That was exciting.
Yeah, it was.
I'm excited about the fact that the backups. I didn't really get that excited about the ball game until I saw the backups come in and continue to pour it on. And that makes me feel really comfortable if Green was to go down or something, because we haven't had that at Arkansas. Like if our QB1 goes down, we're screwed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
definitely.
But I don't know. Even KJ Jackson, man, going 4 for 4. I mean, that's pretty awesome for a left-handed freshman.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I saw the first few drives, man. Like the first drive, like you said, I thought Taylor was just. It seemed like he was nervous. You know, he missed a couple throws, threw them behind the guy. He overthrew the guy. The very first play of the game, he underthrew the guy real bad. You know, if he'd have hit that, it'd have been a touchdown. But he underthrew him real bad. But still, touchdown. Then the defense comes out, gets a sack, 3 and out. You know, boom, right away. Offense comes in, scores right again. That's there was a move he had where he had to like move around. He rolled out to the right, but then he had to like dodge a couple dudes, and then he ran for some. You know, or he may even thrown it. I think he did throw it actually, but just his elusiveness was.
Well, he
was
ran
good.
one. He ran one down the sidelines at one point, and you thought he was going to go out of bounds. He cuts it back, takes it all the way across the field, and puts it into the end zone.
Yeah,
and
that was good.
I mean, that's athletic ability. That's not something that you can coach. That's just a kid. That's just a kid making a play.
Well, even on the fourth drive, I still had a note that inaccurate. I wrote that down as, you know, even on the fourth drive, there was a ball. I don't even remember which play it was now, but I remember writing that down.
It was probably the touchdown. He had one in the end zone where he had a wide open guy in the touchdown, and he just sailed it way over his head. And it's like, man, it's
guy
like
on the slant.
Yeah. Just sailed it. And when you watch the replay of it, he was trying to put too much mustard on it. Like the guy's wide open. All you got to do is like float that thing in there. You know what I mean? And he's trying to throw a cannon, and he ends up not getting his feet set and foop right over the guy's head.
Yeah, he did. But
he
was wide open too.
Now that one he rolled out on, and he threw the dime over into the corner of the end zone. That was sweet, man. If he could throw that every time, he's a Heisman Trophy candidate.
Yeah, I know. He could show that up. And offense played great. The defense looked amazing in the first half, man. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. I think they got a first down, but they made him punt. And then 3 and out. They only had 4 drives, I think, in the first half. Of course, obviously 0 points. They just would, I know we just overmatched too. You know what I mean? Like there's obviously that we were physically more better than they were, and that's no offense to them. That's just how it is. And we used that to our advantage, and obviously, we scored 70. But Arkansas doesn't score 70 points. We talked about this yesterday. That you don't see scores 63-7 or 50 something to you don't. Arkansas, I don't care who we're playing, School of the Blind or whatever. I don't remember them scoring 70.
Well, I mean, we seem to have everything working. I mean, we had 34 first downs. We went 9 for 9. Okay, on third downs. On third downs, we go 9 for 9. Pine Bluff, on the other hand, went 1 for 10 on third downs. 408, 408 yards passing, 229 yards rushing. We only had 2 passing TDs. We had 8 rushing TDs. I mean, when's the last time that happened?
No kidding.
We had 33 attempt in passing. Am I in passing here? We had 33 attempts. No, that's rushing. We had 33 rushing attempts. 8.5 yards was our average on rushing.
Yeah. Jackson looked unbelievable. He looked really good.
Dude, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We had 9 guys get into the rushing chart. Okay.
That's crazy.
I mean, we were running the ball, we were throwing the ball. We were doing good, man. 28-37 overall. So all 3 quarterbacks end up going 28-37. That's pretty good, man. Our average on passing was 11 yards a pass. I mean, that's a first down every time you throw the ball, man.
It's so hard to not be
Kool-Aid drinking crazies. Listen, you turn on Drive Time Sports at 5:00 on 103.7 The Buzz here in Arkansas, and you will hear some crazy people tomorrow. We are winning the national championship. We might get a bye the first round. Yeah, these people are nuts. They are. We got a bigger test coming. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
10 possessions, 10 TDs. What else? Team leaders, Green, 16-23 for 229 yards, 2 TDs. Jay Jackson, that's what I'm going to call him because his first name I can't pronounce. 8 attempts for 101 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Receiving, Teslaw had 3 receptions for 53 yards.
See that one-handed grab he had?
Oh man, that was awesome. One-handed. That was good, man.
Well, I picked a couple of like not players of the game, but players of the half because at halftime it was all second string, third string guys. You know what I mean? But Nico
did a great.
He was everywhere. It's like every play they were talking about him.
What did he end up with? He ended up with only half a sack, but he ended up with. I think he had 5. I think he had 2 tackles for losses, just all by himself.
He had 5 total tackles at one time. I don't know what he finished with.
I have no idea. I can look it up though.
But anyway, I named him my player of the half, and then Jackson player of the half on the offensive side. I mean, I could have gave it to Taylor, but Jackson just looks so smooth, man. He's so for a big he looks like an NFL back. You know what I mean? As far as his build and stuff like that. Oh, moly.
Well, okay, so Jackson, Jaquindon Jackson. I hope that's right.
Yeah.
8 carries, 101 yards. He ended up with a 14.6 average. His longest one was 46 yards. And then Taylon Green was your second leading rusher. He had 6 carries for 88 yards. And then Tyler Reed Jr. come in. I really like this kid. He looked good. 5 attempts for 28 yards. Russell, the freshman, gets 3 attempts for 23 yards.
Yeah.
Hill, he only had 4 catches for 15 yards, but he ended up with a rushing touchdown too. So he had a good game. And then your leaders in receiving, you had Tesla with 3 for 52. Anthony had 3 for 46. Brown had 2 for 42. Haas had 3 for 42. Tyrone Broden had 3 for 35. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We had 14 receivers catch passes tonight.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and the shortest pass was 13 yards. Was the shortest pass.
Wow. That's crazy, man. That's some unbelievable stats that's the video game numbers. You know what I mean?
Well, enjoy it this week because we're going to Oklahoma State next week, and it's going to be a game. I'm not saying that the Hogs won't win. Matter of fact, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I think they will win, but it's going to be a ball game. It ain't going to be a ball game like this. It's going to be a 1-possession game, I believe.
Yeah, and we're going to have to go there.
We're going to have to go there. And he can't start off nervous this ball game. He's got to come out and play, he's got to be playing like it was, toward the end of the second quarter. He's got to be playing well. I'm talking about Taylon Green.
Yeah. Oklahoma State plays South Dakota State.
Yeah.
On Saturday. So they play on Saturday.
The Coyotes, South Dakota State. I actually have one of their T-shirts. I might actually wear that on the next podcast.
Oklahoma State's only favored by 10.
Well, the Coyotes are tough, man. Coyotes are tough.
And they're ranked 17, so they must be good. Coyotes must be good.
They're not too bad, man.
That should be good. I'll probably check that game out. I want to scout some Oklahoma State. I'll be watching some Locked On Oklahoma State this week, probably trying to. What are they talking about over there? All right, man. Yeah, anything else?
Just some scores from around the league. Wake Forest ends up winning. Rutgers ends up winning.
Oh, how about this? I sent you a text about this. They agreed to 10-minute quarters in the second half.
Yeah, the mercy rule.
I've not heard of this.
Yeah, the mercy rule in college football. It doesn't happen very often.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Apparently it is. I looked it up on Wikipedia, and Wikipedia is never wrong. So,
I'm an OU fan too. We beat people 70-0 all the time.
Well, it also has to be agreed upon by both coaches. So there might be situations where the other coach is like, hell no, you ain't, we ain't doing no mercy. Yeah. Or the other way, the coach is like, you're just going to have to take your licking. That's just the way it goes. So
that's true.
Now, back in the day, how much you won by actually affected your ranking. But I don't think that's part of the equation anymore.
I don't know what they equate. Well, we got to play. I don't know how they determine top 12.
I don't know. I know in basketball it's got to do with quad 1, quad 2. I don't know, man. I don't know in football.
It's probably similar.
But when it comes down to it, and they're looking for those teams to put into the playoffs and stuff, I mean, there's one thing they're going to look at, and that's your record. You know what I mean? Like if you're sitting there 10-2 or 10-3 or something like that, you got a good chance.
I saw a guy that did a prediction for all the SEC teams, and he had Georgia at 13-0, but then tied for second was like 8 teams at 10-2. It was like if everybody went 10-2 like they should, like they normally do, and Georgia goes 13-0, there's going to be a 7 or 8 team tie for second place. That's great. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And this dude, man, he did some the Zuko or whatever. The what's that game you play?
Sudoku.
Sudoku. Yeah, this guy did some. He did some crazy stuff, man. He was moving stuff around. Then he beat these certain teams, and they beat these certain teams, and they have to lose to these certain ones, and they all ended up 10-2. Like,
Well, that's where your conference champions come in, because your conference
crazy.
four of your conference champions are going to get a bye in the first round. So
Just think if we had 9 teams in the playoff.
okay, here you go.
There's no way.
Here you go. I'll give you an over under. All right, over or under. The SEC gets 3 teams into the playoffs.
Over.
How many teams do you think the SEC is going to get in the playoff? I say at least 4.
I'll say 4 or 5 at least.
Man, they let in. I can't imagine the stink it's going to cause if they let in 5 SEC teams, man.
They're gonna have to. Who else are they gonna?
Well,
play
it's gonna depend on records around the country, though. I mean,
yeah, we'll see. They're gonna let like South Dakota State in if they were in, not them, but I mean,
no,
like,
but that UCF team that was, what was it? 3 or 4.
Arkansas State goes undefeated. They're gonna let them in the college football playoff.
I think they make a case for it, depending on who they played. I mean, if they played a couple of tough non-conference ball games, I think you got to at least think about it. Like, let's say they beat, I don't know, in their non-conference, they beat an SEC team and a Pac-12 team, okay? Or, no, there's no Pac-12 anymore. A Big Ten team. Let's say they beat a Big Ten team and they beat an SEC team, and then they run through the Sun Belt. You're not going to consider them? I mean, they've already proved twice that they can play with some big boys.
I personally would consider them. I'm just saying the people that make those decisions and then pick those teams.
Well, I can guarantee you right now that if Ohio State is sitting at 8 and 4, they're going to be like, well, I think Ohio State needs to be in there. Why wouldn't they let Ohio? Because they're 8 and 4. That's why.
But there's going to be controversy over the top 10, 11, 12 or something, probably like the last 3 that get in. Be like, well, they should have let Virginia in. They should have let Iowa in. You know what I mean? Like some, there'll be teams like that, on the bubble.
Yeah. There are teams even in the NCAA tournament where you got 64 teams, and now you got 68 with the play-in games and everything.
Yeah,
I mean. They still talk about, well, I really think so and so should have got in instead of this team over here or whatever.
They're talking about changing it. They're either going to go to 72 or 76.
See, I think it ought to be 4. I'll let in 4 teams. No, it would be the same 4 every year. That would suck.
That would suck. No, I think y'all leave it at 64 and stop letting these play-in games and all that stuff. It's 64.
Freaking, if you are a Division I NCAA basketball team, you ought to get into the tournament. I don't care what your record is. We'll play 300 team. We're going to play a 300 team tournament. Let's do it. Let's go.
That would be horrible. That'd be horrible. That's too many. That's too many.
Yeah. You imagine filling that bracket out?
Take you 3 days.
It'd take you forever to fill out a bracket like that, man.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, dude. So all I got to say is woo pig.
Woo pig.
And remember your mental health. Mental health is important. Big and I both believe in this wholeheartedly. Suicide takes too many victims every year. Somebody out there wants you to still be here tomorrow. If you got nobody to talk to, you can call 988. It's a national hotline. They'll talk to you. They'll text you. They'll video chat you, whatever you want to do. They'll talk for as long as you want. Several different languages. 1-800-SUICIDE also gets you there. Also, if you're just, feeling I don't know, blue, or maybe somebody made you mad and you want to harm them, you can still call 988. They'll talk to you about that too. Mental health is a serious thing. Don't do life alone. That's Jason's big saying. He came up with that. So don't do life alone, man.
I think I heard that in church somewhere, but yeah, don't do life
even
alone.
even better.
Yeah, don't do life alone. It's
and it doesn't have to be 988. You know, there are plenty of churches with pastors and preachers that would love to talk to you. There are friends that'll listen to you. Just talk to somebody.
Yeah, you can call 501 for
hey now.
Anytime, day or night.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But no, for real, if you need help, call the hotline 988. Get some help. If you know someone that's struggling, have them call them or talk to them. If you don't want to talk to them or don't know how to talk to them, have them call, because they have professionals that can do that for you. And again, don't do life alone. So, yeah.
Remember to hit that like and share button and subscribe and follow us on X. And we're trying to drop one of these daily. So make us something that you check out every day.
Yes, please. And thank you.
And it does say live, but we are recording.
That is right. We're pre-recorded, just so everybody knows.
Probably should have said that at the beginning of the show. But
I think I did I? I don't know. Maybe
I
not.
don't know.
Anyway,
this is our third. This is our third show today. I can't remember what we did.
No, I don't either. All right. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow, man.
All right, brother. I love you. Peace.
I love you. Peace.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.